Welcome back. If you're new here, I go by Dion Lowe, singer-songwriter based out of Dallas, Texas, and this is my official review of weeks 1 through 3 of The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Week 1, recovering a sense of safety. Week 1 is all about recovering a sense of safety, and I think this was a really important place to start because before you can really create, you have to feel comfortable enough to create without constantly judging yourself. One of the biggest things I took away from this week was understanding the role that my inner critics play. The voice that tells you, that's not good enough, you should be further along, what are people going to think, or maybe you shouldn't even do this. And the crazy part is, sometimes you don't even realize how often you're listening to that voice. The morning pages were a huge part of this. Just getting everything out of my head without worrying about whether it sounds good, whether it makes sense, or whether anybody will ever read it. It's just me putting my thoughts on paper, and I realize that sometimes the biggest thing stopping creativity isn't a lack of ideas, it's mental clutter. So my biggest lesson from week 1 was this. My biggest obstacle isn't necessarily a lack of talent. Sometimes it's the voice in my head telling me I'm not enough.
I'm blamed for real, I might just say how I feel. I'm blamed for real, I might just say how I feel.
Now, let's talk about week 2. Week 2 is different because it makes you realize how much of who we are as individuals is actually dictated by other people, whether that's their own criticisms, their expectations that were placed on us, or comparisons that we've personally made. And eventually you start believing those things to be true when they're not actually fact. And as an artist, I think that comparison could be especially dangerous because you look at someone who's further along in their journey and you start to wonder, why don't I have the same numbers as them? Why am I not where they are? When you're honestly not supposed to be them to begin with. You're on this journey to figure out who you are as an artist, not rediscover somebody else through you. And lastly, we have week 3, recovering a sense of power. Week 3 might honestly be my favorite week so far because now we're actually doing something with everything we've uncovered. And it actually challenged me to look at fear a bit differently. A lot of times as a creative, we try to wait for a boost of motivation or until we feel confident enough to get started, even if we tell ourselves things like, oh, well, once I know exactly what I want to do or where I want to start, then I'll get started. When in reality, usually the thing that builds that confidence in our creative capabilities is just constantly engaging in that activity, understanding that as long as you handle the quantity, the quality will soon come.
I'm blamed for real, I might just say how I feel. I'm blamed for real, I might just say how I feel.